Today we're going to talk about manipulative witchcraft, what it is, and the characteristics and traits of it, and how to break free from it. Now, manipulative witchcraft is something where there's an agenda with manipulative witchcraft to control you. It wants to control you. That is the main agenda. Someone who's operating out of manipulative witchcraft can be someone in your family. It's a lot of time it's someone who's close to you, can be a relative, can be a spouse, can be a friend or an acquaintance, someone you work with, you know, a co-worker, a boss, any of these things. Now I'm going to talk about the traits and characteristics because this is something that when they get you in the grips, it's something that it can be difficult to break free from, especially if you're not aware of the signs. If you're not aware that this is manipulative witchcraft and what is happening, then you will not be able to fight against it. Now, let's talk about it here. Like I said, manipulative witchcraft, the entire agenda is to make you dependent upon a certain person, that you need them. And our dependence, we're supposed to be dependent upon God. We're supposed to need God. God is our source of every single thing. But a person who's operating out of witchcraft, manipulative witchcraft, they want to divert the focus onto them. They want to be the God in your life. They want you to depend on them for every single thing, that you need them. So we're going to talk about a little bit of these characteristics. And if you know there is someone in your life who's operating out of this and you've seen some of these signs, we're going to talk about what to do about it. Now, first, this person who is operating out of manipulative witchcraft could be a person or a group of people. They'll make you feel hopeless and worthless as if you need them. There's their entire agenda. They want to make you feel as if you have to depend on them. They immediately get upset when you acquire a relationship with others. So there could be someone in your life who wants you to need them only, or they want you to have only them that you're around or that you're talking to. And in the minute that you introduce someone else new into your life, you know, they become upset, or they try to convince you not to hang around that person. They convince you that everyone that enters your life is bad for you or is there to cause harm. So basically, they're saying only I'm supposed to be in your life because I'm the only good person for you, or everybody else who comes in your life, they have this ulterior motive. They're negative for you. They're a bad example. They're a bad influence, or they're going to destroy your life. It's always some different excuse when another person comes into your life, because they want you again. They want to be your sole source of focus. They want to be able to control and manipulate you to the point where you have no one else around you but them. They want to isolate you from others so that you have a dependence upon them where you need them. That is their entire agenda. Now, they hate for you to be independent. So if you become independent, if you find some way to break free from them, because they'll like you to be in a position where you need them for something. They might fulfill a need that you have, and they want you to continue to go to them for that need so they can control you. So they know that you need something. So it's like, okay, this person can do whatever I want them to do. I have them at my beck and call because they need me. So they want you to basically depend upon them. And when you become independent, they become angry, or they'll try to talk you out of, for example, like if you get a job, let's say you were unemployed and you were dependent on this person for money. If you suddenly get a job, they'll try to talk you out of it, or that job's not right for you, or they'll kind of manipulate you or try to guilt you for getting that job, or you don't need a job, you don't need this, I'm going to help you. They'll convince you to leave your job or to depend on them for money. Now, they'll offer you their support to keep you dependent and reliant upon them. However, when you do need their support, and when you become dependent upon them, they'll admonish and berate you for needing their support, after they've already convinced you that they'd be willing to help you. So once again, you see the manipulation and the control here. It's like they're pulling your strings, like a puppet master. This is an evil puppet master who's pulling the strings. They want to manipulate you. They want to manipulate your emotions. Now they have power over you because they have this dominance, because they have something that you need. So basically, they're your source of whatever it is that you need, whatever it is housing, money, whatever it is, love. Whatever it is, you're getting it from them, and they can withdraw it whenever they feel like it. They can hold it over your head. They can manipulate you. They can decide to breadcrumb you and feed you little portions of it to keep you hanging on to them. And they can berate you, ridicule you, criticize you, do whatever they want to make you feel bad, because they're now pulling the strings. They're in the driving seat now because you need them. You're dependent upon them, and that's how they want it. That's why they don't want you around anyone else. That's why they don't want you to have your own independence. They don't want you to have anything but to need them, so that they can control the narrative of the entire relationship, so they can control your mind, so they can control everything you do. And this is not coming out of a place of love. This is coming out of a place of selfishness, because they have a need to feel important. They have a need to be able to manipulate you so they can feel good about themselves. Now, let's continue reading some of these signs here. Now, Like I said, they'll criticize, belittle you the moment you need them. They'll breadcrumb you, meaning they'll only give you little pieces. They'll feed you in small little increments to keep you coming back. They won't give you everything you need. They'll keep you leave you feeling unsatisfied, so that you have a sense to come back over and over to them, and they can continue to control this entire relationship and control you. Now, they will have you feeling as if that they are your source of stability, and your world will fall apart without them or their assistance. So basically, they'll control you, make you feel like, okay, you have to have them in your life. The minute that they leave your life, all of a sudden your life is going to just be completely destroyed. You're going to be discombobulated to the point where you would not be able to move on without them. And that's how they condition it, because they're going to make you feel like, hey, you need this person. They're your source of everything. They're your source of stability. Like, you cannot function without this person. And that is completely false. That is false. The only person we need to function with is God. It says in the word, with God, all things are possible. With him, we can do all things through Christ, which gives us the strength. We're not supposed to be dependent upon any person to the point where we put them on a pedestal where they are not our source of everything. We're supposed to go to God as our source. And any person that's in your life that is trying to make you feel like you need them, or your world will completely fall apart without them, that is demonic, and that is witchcraft that they're putting over you. That is a Jezebel spirit that is operating. God is our source for every single thing. He'll put people in our lives to give us favor if he wants them to help us, but the glory goes to him. He can easily remove those people and put someone else in their place. So no, we're never supposed to feel as if this person is our source, this person is our God, and we need them in order for us to function. That comes from God himself. Our functionality comes through Jesus Christ. Now let's continue here. This person will use advice or wisdom that you previously given them against you, as if they're the ones who are enlightening you now. So they'll turn it all around now, even though you might have told them something, or you might have given them wisdom or spoken some word over their lives. Now, maybe a few months later, a few weeks later, they're going to use what you said against you to make it seem like, oh, you're the one who's all messed up. You're the one who needs them. They're the ones giving you advice. They're giving you wisdom, but you told them that. So see, these people manipulate and turn everything around and make it seem like they're the ones who you're benefiting off of them. But really, it's the other way around. This person is really messed up. These people are really emotionally unstable and mentally unstable, spiritually unimbalanced. They're not balanced spiritually. They don't have God operating in them. They're operating out of a familiar spirit. They're not listening to the Holy Spirit, and they're coming from a place of their flesh, because their soul feels inadequate. They're now needing to call the shots in your life. They're now needing to feel special and important. And this is why they want to place themselves on a pedestal in your life and make you feel as if you're worthless, and they devalue you, because they want you to feel as if you need them, because they're the ones who feel unneeded. They feel unworthy. And the only way they can feel worthy is if they're controlling someone else. Now, let's continue here. Now, this person will use problems or situations that you've divulged to them against you as ammunition when they're upset. So this is why you don't tell everybody everything. You might have a weakness. You might have fell in sin. You might have done something. And this person will turn around. They'll act at first as if, oh, they're such a support to you. Oh, they're going to pray for you and help you come out of it. But the minute they get upset, the minute you don't do what they say, the minute you get on their nerves or you push one of their buttons, believe me, they're going to turn around and use it against you. And they're trying to make you feel bad. They'll try to make you feel guilty. This is not of God. This is not coming out of the Spirit of God. This is not the Holy Spirit operating. You have to learn how to discern the difference. These people are not good for you. I don't care who they are. If it's your family member, then you have to start praying, and you might have to distance yourself from them. You need to get the discernment and wisdom from God and ask the Holy Spirit what it is that I need to do, because this person is very toxic and they're bad for your spirit and your soul and your mind. Now, let's continue. Like I said, this is a Jezebel spirit. It's a Jezebel witchcraft. Control. The spirit of Jezebel likes to manipulate and control. The spirit of Jezebel wants to take the place of the Holy Spirit in your life. That is the ulterior motive here. That is the entire agenda, the primary focus. This person wants to be the God in your life. They don't want you to seek God. They want you to seek them. They want to be your God. That is what they want to do. Now, you have to, like I said, you're going to probably have to most likely sever ties with this person or these individuals, because if they're not repenting and they're continuing to walk in this spirit, they're not trying to change, then you don't need to be caught up with them, because they're going to have you a mess. They're going to just destroy everything about you. And God is our only source. Like I said before, God is our only source. He's our source of strength and support. Sometimes he'll use other people to help us, but ultimately everything comes from him. He is our source for everything. We can do everything through him. We don't go to another person. We should not have to live our lives with another person as our source. Well, we need them. They're controlling us and abusing us. This is abuse. And you need to start praying. If you have a person who's operating your life, who's doing this to you, and you've been manipulated and controlled by witchcraft, you need to start praying and fasting, seeking the Holy Spirit for guidance, praying all blockages down, praying all witchcraft. A lot of times people can curse you and put you in a position where you need help, where you cannot move forward because you have to have them. These are curses that are putting over you. They're speaking things over you. They might call themselves praying and try to say it's coming out of a godly way or charismatic way. No, but this is witchcraft. Anytime a person makes you feel as if you're unimportant or they devalue you and make you feel like that you have to depend on them and not God, because God is our ultimate source, that person's operating out of a familiar spirit. They're not operating out of the spirit of God as demonic. And you need to start praying and fasting and, asking God to deliver you from that situation, because it is a bondage.